Hogsmeade, here I come.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Revelio.
My father always
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
I prefer to do my own housework. I have a woman finding me a sink.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right, but we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man, but even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. Revelio.
When I was a girl, I wanted to be.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
My first employment.
Revelio. Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio! A hidden door. Revelio! Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
It's not gonna work. Using that girl as bait, no one's coming for her. We ought to just kill her. Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Revelio.
Man. Not my fault if a customer skips the fine print and I have to...
Rookwood will lead us to victory. You mark my words.
What?
My loyalty's to Rookwood and no one else.
Revelio.
I don't trust Ranrock, I'll tell you that.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
There's been nothing but trouble. About time we locked her up.
Petrificus totalis.
It's one thing to secure allegiance with one who has something to offer,
Revelio.
but it's quite another to be...
I know that the Hogsmeade laser stir up some trouble. They need to be reminded that we're still running things.
Be on the lookout for the girl's friend, if they're daft enough to try to come through here.
They don't seem to care for me in Hogsmeade. Can't say I blame.
I could use a...
I shall be shining in Rookwood's eyes when he sees what I'm capable of.
Hey!
Oh, I fancy it's time we found a new unsuspecting trader around these parts, don't you?
Revelio.
We may be working with the goblins for now, but soon they'll be answering to us.
Indeed carved out by destiny, or merely the spawn of ill choices made along the way.
Let's finish this job and be done with it. Waste of time, this isn't.
Feldcroft was extraordinary. Does no one put up a good fight anymore? I knew we'd never be able to see this through.
Revelio.
One of you thinking to be clever, thinking to outdo us all. I used to be stationed near Irondale with Selwyn.
I've had enough of Feldcroft, and I never have to see it again. I robbed every traveling vendor that passed through here.
Students these days, so full of themselves. Suppose that's what we're counting on, isn't it?
Revelio.
Everyone in Upper Hogsfield shudders when they see me come. And rightfully so.
What? Seen this coming. Told you all, too many minds at work and not one needed, not one.
I've raided Rockborough more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending themselves.
Brockborough's always a treasure trove. Never fails.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
It's about time Rookwood took control.
I've never seen such a look of fear in your eyes. I should think an ancestry more metal.
Rookwood will reward us for our loyalty, don't you fret.
Keep on your toes. Stay alert.
Revelio.
Rookwood will lead us to victory, you mark my words. The Hamlets don't stand a chance against us.
I've used unforgivable curses on occasion. Fortunately, I'm not looking to be forgiven.
My loyalty's to Rookwood and
Revelio.
Can't believe we're forced to work.
Has your brain been infested with bundimans? A maneuver like that could have got us killed.
When we're done here, I'm going straight to the Hog's Head. Or perhaps I'll just go now.
I'd remember my father speaking these times.
I don't trust Ranrock, I'll tell you that. He'll tell on us first chance he gets. I don't want to work with goblins.
Revelio.
Not now, not ever. Rookwood's gone mad.
It might have gone more to plan if you'd paid attention to instructions. Cleaning your ears out.
They don't seem to care for me in Hogsmeade. Can't say I blame them, what with all I've done there.
We may be working with the goblins for now, but soon they'll be answering to us.
When you have a cloak like that, who can blame a dwarf for swooning?
Revelio.
How did I get mixed up in this? Hey, Rookwood's work for it.
Isn't it best, though, to sense one's way?
I may go to Hogsmeade later, stir up some trouble. They need to be reminded that we're still running things.
Brockborough's always a treasure trove. Never failed to fill the sacks. Well, that's me, of course. Felcroft was extraordinarily...
I hope...
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Hey!
I shall be shot.
I was a proud man that day, and there's more of those days ahead.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles.
Oh, I fancy it's time we found a new unsuspecting trader around these parts, don't you?
You've been straying from your instructions. Don't interrupt me. Mind yourself. Understood?
Everyone in under control. More times than I can count. They're incapable of...
Wonder where we should aim for next. Somewhere else they're lured into thinking the Ministry will protect them.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. What? Last time I was in Lower Oxfield, my sack was full of potions. I left the shelves bare, I did.
It's about time Rookwood took control.
Revelio.
Doesn't need Ranrock.
Which in Felcroft, I was surprised how much...
Got my eye on a few nearby hamlets.
Better be a beast.
Accio. Glacius. Confringo.
Quite conductive.
Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Defender. Porto. Imperio. Leviosa. Incendio.
Expulsion.
Glacius. Bombard. Confringo. Accio. Arresto momentum. Defender. Revelio.
How dare you do such a thing to me?
Lavender. Bolters. Leviosa. Incendio. Revelio.
Can't say I blame them what with all that damage.
Revelio.
I've robbed every traveling vendor that's passed through here. They never...
The fog blighted us a bit, I'll agree. Nonetheless, we have good spoils for our efforts.
Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need to do.
Over here. I need your help.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Revelio.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Revelio.
A lamb to the slaughter.
Incendio.
Look what you've done! You fight
Glacius. Bombarda. Accio. Arresto Imperial.
What have you done?
Level 1. Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Glacius. Bombarda. Arresto Depulso. Expelliarmus.
They got what they deserved.
Revelio. Revelio.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Revelio.
I could use some gold. Not saying I don't cast the odd.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Back already! I picked up this violin in the full day for
You're back! Nice to see you again. What are we looking for today? You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you.
Revelio.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure it'll all be fine.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never! We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
Isn't Moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Revelio. Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this. Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade. Revelio.
Come in, look around, and if you've been eating chocolate frogs, please refrain from touching.
Revelio.
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time. You won't be disappointed. That's a Gladrag's promise. I'd say that looks as if it was made for you. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Revelio.
Ah, I have been meaning to speak with you.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, And so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe. And he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Seems a pleasant enough little place. Revelio.
A lost relic from a catacomb which requires a dark sacrifice.
I know how it sounds, but if this can help you, it's worth the risk.
Does Ominous know about this?
He helped find the scriptorium where we discovered Slytherin's spellbook.
Very well. If Ominous will be there, I'll meet you. We don't have much time. Solomon wants to leave Feldcroft.
What? Leave? Never mind. You need to stall him. Buy us time, Anne. Please.
I shall do my best. I'll be in touch.
Solomon can't take Anne from Feldcroft. Where would they go? When would I see her?
Sebastian.
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I appreciate you setting our earlier discussion aside for now.
Of course.
I can't believe my uncle wants to leave Feldcroft. Anne's going to stall him. She must. We need time.
Time? For what?
I've learned more about the relic. I cross-referenced Slytherin's spellbook with everything in the library on relics and dark sacrifices. That's when I realized something. I believe the relic will only work inside the catacomb.
We just need to get Anne to the catacomb and work out how to make a dark sacrifice.
Our biggest hurdle may be convincing Ominous. Anne will only give this a chance if he's on board.
And we have to keep all of this from your uncle. If he goes to the headmaster, we could be expelled.
Let me handle Ominous this time. As for my uncle, he's not an Auror anymore. What he doesn't know, well, won't hurt us.
Do you think your uncle would tell anyone at the Ministry about all of this if he found out?
If he found out, I doubt he'd go to the Ministry. He didn't part ways with them well, from what I understand. He won't say, but I believe his strong aversion to dark magic has something to do with his time there. Anne thinks he once decided to fight fire with fire, so to speak, and resorted to using an unforgivable curse in a fight against dark wizards. At least that's what she thought she heard. When he realized what his job had led him to become, he left rather abruptly. So, I'm not sure he'd go to the Ministry to report on his own family using dark magic now.
Good luck with Ominous. Until we meet again.
I shall let you know when the four of us should meet at the catacomb. Look for my owl. See you soon.
Thank you again.
Revelio.
If he thinks he's getting away with this, he has another thing coming.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
No, it's not. We only had 2 bells to go, but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow. Who spoiled things? Also, what bells?
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Said they were giving him a headache. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So, I asked my friend Adelaide to help me put them back. We've always been a duo of sorts, Adelaide and Evangeline. Addie and Evie. Anyway, it was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions. Then she wasn't comfortable with our rule breaking. Now I'm stuck, unable to tell which bell goes where.
Is it really that important that the bells go back up?
Is it really that important? They're part of the school's history. Those bells likely told a young Merlin that he was running late to Charms, or called Ignatia Wildsmith to dinner. We can't simply fiddle with history. We're meant to be its stewards.
It's certainly an odd decree, even for Black, taking down the bells for a headache.
I agree. I thought it might also have been that they interrupted his hourly naps. That's all he does in his office, you know. But then I heard... Can you keep a secret?
I can.
I heard from Alice, who heard from Ollie, who heard from Eugenia, that it's because the bells reminded him of his wedding day. Breaks out in a sweat every hour on the hour, but mum's the word.
If only 2 bells are left, isn't it fairly easy to tell which goes where?
Easy for you, perhaps. I happen to be tone deaf. Mother likes to say I couldn't carry a tune if it hopped on my back like a chocolate frog. No point putting them back in if they don't sound just as they did before, for the sake of historical accuracy.
Perhaps I could help put the bells back up.
Really? Oh, that would be wonderful. The bells are in the bell tower just above the music room. You're certainly of more help than Adelaide.
I imagine the bells are just inside in the bell tower. The bells are back up, Evangeline.
Ah, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait for the headmaster to hear them. I wish I could see his face. Future generations may not truly appreciate what you've done, but I do. And I hope that you do as well. You don't know how much this means, for me and for Hogwarts.
Revelio.
I'll be weeks from Spinthrough.
Revelio.
Duncan owes his reputation to you.
My brother's doing well, thanks to you. And he listens to me now. Turns out having beats for feet teaches a memorable lesson.
In today's lesson, we will cover a truly thrilling event. The Goblin Rebellion of 1752 and all its triumphant tragedy. But more specifically, we will address the devastating effects it had on the wizard milling industry. Actually, we do know the number. 632. But history occurs outside the classroom. And look, it's time for my constitutional. One can practically osmose the history flowing through Hogwarts.
I think the professor wants us to follow him.
And now for a stroll to the bell tower entrance hall. Along with the rest of the castle, it was completed in the late early Middle Ages. The hall and the bell towers that loom above it contain myriad interesting artifacts. Good to see you again. Recovered from that nasty bout of dragon pox, have we?
That wasn't me, Professor. I'm new here.
Are you? Well then, welcome. No doubt you're eagerly anticipating my analysis of various wizarding councils, codes, statutes, and of course, goblin rebellions. Not all goblins are rebellious. Some venture into wizarding politics, such as Eargit the Ugly. Some are talented artisans, such as Bragbor the Boastful.
Did you say Bragbor? I think I know that name.
Well known for his metalwork. I would imagine much of his goblin-wrought iron and silver has survived to this very day.
Oh, of course. Odgok said he was an ancestor of Ranrock.
Where were we? Oh yes. Back to our class topic for today. Grimbold Weft. Another notable historical figure. He's right nearby. Curious students can find him on display here in the bell tower entrance hall. I recommend that all students introduce themselves to this hero of Hogwarts. Grimbold Weft was responsible for important work done in the Goblin Rebellion of 1752. Such as sewing buttons on witches' and wizards' coats. Without his quick hand and deft needlework, countless witches and wizards have caught cold during the epidemic. He never strays. Students with a thirst for knowledge. Oh, yes. I see you found Grimbold Weft.
Yes, I rather enjoyed seeking him out.
The thrill of the scholarly pursuit. I know the feeling quite well. Now, let's turn our attention to the agreeability and general good nature of Sir Aphbuttle. He's also nearby. See what you can learn from him for your next assignment. Standing in eternal but symbolic watch over the bell tower,
Revelio.
A retinue of loyal knights, or rather, statues of knights, I should clarify. Keen-eyed students will spot the statue of Sir Aphbuttle of the cheerful countenance nestled among the ranks. His fame was not won by vanquishing foes.
This unassuming smudge is rumoured to be the location of the very first successful use of bombardment.
Rather in training yards.
This is a centuries-old likeness of Pandadon. Fearless mouse hunter and devoted study companion. People have always loved their pets. I find that comforting. At least we're out of the classroom.
Revelio.
what I wouldn't give to be back on a broom right now.
Hogwarts is impervious to the inexorable march of time.
Professor Binns, I found the statue of Sir Afpuddle.
Ah, well done. Alas, Sir Afpuddle's affability was his undoing. Died instantly trying to befriend a basilisk. Eye contact is not always to be encouraged. So beloved was he that even some goblins mourned his passing. Of course, that did not bode well with the rest of the goblins, most of whom could not abide mourning the loss of a wizard.
Pity goblins and wizards can't get along.
True, but imagine how dull my lectures would be without goblin rebellions to discuss. History does tend to repeat. It is a series of patterns, a thought both comforting and disconcerting. The wise student, such as yourself, will learn from it. History is written by those who do their schoolwork, so they say. Or at least, I like to say that.
Looks like we've all gone on another one of Binns' wild goose chases.
Revelio.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Ha ha! Time to teach someone a lesson!
Revelio. Petrificus totalis! Revelio.
Best take of them muggers.
They say you're hard to hit, but that won't stop me.
Potato!
Levioso. Confringo. Accio.
Cost us our ransom. We had that herding woman until you showed up, Cape Flapper.
Levioso. Confringo.
Confringo.
Accio.
That ought to warm you up. Notice you ain't wearing that goblin
Bombardo.
You've a little dog. You're the one who bring the high hypocrite. Surprised you're not
Arresto.
You men check your pockets.
Be warned, whoever you are, I
Imperial.
Oh, what? Amateur.
Confringo. Glacius. Bombardo. Arresto. Defender.
I'll not be your man.
Expelliarmus.
No!
Flipendo. Descendo. Imperial.
You won't escape again.
Flipendo. Levioso. I don't like the looks of that encampment. Confringo! Revelio.
Well, he wasn't looking at that bit. His own fault. Who looks at the likes of us and thinks we're after cauldron?
Huh. A location marked on the map isn't far from here.
You dare play one of my own! You will fall!
You who interfered with us.
Revelio.
Isn't it? One fixated on Merlin. Shouldn't meddle in other people's affairs.
No.
Someone's taken to the dark arts. All flavour of which is to be had with the dark arts.
Revelio. Depulso. Depulso. Revelio.
Your luck at killing us ends here.
Not the best place for an unaccompanied student.
He's weak. Yes, he is. When's the last time you saw him catch a beast? Spends more time petting the things. You'll die.
Protect! Pacificus Totalis. Revelio.
Protego!
Expelliarmus. Cabalzo. Arresto Momentum. Imperial.
The French first. I'll get that covered.
Levioso! Accio! Incendio! Revelio! Levioso! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Revelio! Levioso! Confringo! Accio! Incendio!
Levioso!
Shy?
Here's 10 for weeks! Levioso!
Glacius! Bombardo! Accio! Confringo!
Extraordinary trick. Little
Arresto non Spindo!
Levioso!
Imperium!
Release me!
Revelio! Crucio! Accio! Incendio! Revelio! Goodness. Not a party to attend by myself. Petrificus Totalis! Revelio! One less poacher in the wizarding world. Revelio. Castle must have been quite stately in its time. I know a Merlin trial when I see one. Revelio.
Should have took less time, is all I was saying.
I see you! Show yourself! Levioso! Levioso!
Potato! Levioso! You don't Confringo! Accio! Incendio!
Goblin hell! I won't go down! Potato!
Depulso! Arresto Momentum! Defendo! Ontario! Crucial! Defendo! Transcendo!
You're done thinning.
Accio! Incendio!
Spelliarmus? A friend of
Levioso! Confringo!
Am I supposed to be
Arresto Momentum! Bingo!
all right, bring down your father!
Depulso! Expelliarmus! Imperial!
Levioso!
Confringo!
Levioso!
Accio! Incendio!
Levioso!
Spells to be
Levioso! Incendio!
You'll be sorry you did that. Let's see you survive that heat.
Accio! Incendio!
Levioso!
Revelio! Aloha Mora. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Incendio. Revelio. This looks intriguing. Revelio.
I'll have filled a cemetery.
Come to think of it,
I know you're
oh, what's the long
Glaciers.
Protecto!
You
Imperial.
Protecto!
Flipendo.
You can draw a check out from us!
Leviosa. Confringo.
You may have defeated a few trolls.
Revelio.
Defeat me.
Incendio. Shame that he saw that. Revelio. Revelio. Trouble's brewing and I'm without my friends. Revelio. Revelio. Who lived here, I wonder?
What's this?
Leviosa. Incendio.
Is this your
Confringo. Glacius. Bombada. Revelio. Your poaching days are over. Aloha Mora. I should investigate. Revelio. Accio. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Revelio. Revelio. Abandoned long ago, no doubt. Revelio. 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 Aloha Mora. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Compulso. Revelio. Depulso. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso! Incendio! Revelio! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Revelio! That wasn't so difficult. Revelio. Revelio.
Better notice is all I can say. I'm better than the lot of them put together, and it's time Rookwood saw it.
Trepicus Totalis!
Takes one of 'em!
It's shameful what you've done to helpless beasts. Revelio. Depulso. Confringo. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. Depulso. Arresto Moment. Expelliarmus. Defendo. Revelio.
Nothing over here.
Imperial. Defender. Descender.
That was unimpressive.
Leviosa. Confringo. Glacier.
You won't get off.
Arresto momentum. Defender. Expelliarmus.
That student defeated our encampment in the tower.
Incendio. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Revelio. This place has seen better days. Revelio. Revelio.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Revelio.
Ranrock's vision of goblins ruling over wizards.
Revelio.
I know it. Not your best moment.
Resto Respiro. Repulso. Expelliarmus.
Talk like a release house.
You only have Ranrock to blame. Revelio. Incendio. Depulso. Revelio. These rocks have seen better days. Hello. Do you have anything for sale?
That I do. The name is Rohan Prakash, and welcome to the oldest shop in the region.
Is that right? How long have you been in business?
Well, I've only been running it a short time myself, but my father ran it for many years before he fell ill.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry about your father.
Oh, he's still around. Would love to be doing what I'm doing. Until he is able, however, I will gladly manage it for the both of us. But for now, a word about your health and safety. I assume you're as concerned as the rest of us about the Goblin Uprising, the Dark Wizards, even the Dugbogs have gone mad. But our shop can sell you any number of supplies that will help to keep you safe from all of that. Please have a look, and do come back. You're always welcome here.
Thank you, Mr. Prakash. Best of luck to you and your father.
I appreciate your words.
What do you have for sale?
Please have a look. An excellent purchase. Thank you kindly for your business. Thank you. I hope to see you again.
Levioso!
What have you done?
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio. Revelio. Depulso. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Revelio. Capulso. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Incendio. Lumos. Revelio. Knowing a meat, he's likely studied here. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Stop right there!
Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Revelio. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Revelio. Could it be a Merlin trial? Incendio. Revelio. Revelio. This looks intriguing. Depulso. Revelio. Revelio. Arresto momentum.
I'll pick your pockets up your dead.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Revelio.
What are you up to now?
Revelio. Hello, sir. Might you have some time to talk?
I have all the time in the world for a potential customer. How do you do? I'm Cromwell, Clifford Cromwell.
I'd like to ask you a bit about Moranweem, if you don't mind.
Of course. Lived here for years. Lovely, peaceful place to settle in.
Any notable places I should look at while I'm here?
Aside from the lake, which is always a delightful spot to unwind, we're happy simply to wander in the nearby hills. You'll hear rumors of treasure in those same hills, but I've never seen it. Likely someone making up stories.
I'd like to learn a bit about you, sir, if you don't mind.
Well, how charming. No one ever asks about me. Been in Moranweem since I left Hogwarts. I did some work with the Ministry as a young man. A confidential project. Had to do with the usage of mandrakes. As weapons, believe it or not. Went through enough cotton wool in my ears to fill a cauldron. But after a time, I sought a quieter life. Set up shop here, selling my wares. I am always content among my plants.
I'd like to ask you a bit about Moranweem, if you don't mind.
Of course. Lived here for years. Lovely, peaceful place to settle in.
Have you heard rumors about dark witches or wizards lurking nearby?
Try to avoid them when I can. Nasty lot, Rookwood's crew. However, I did see a poacher not too long ago. Not good for business. Not good at all.
What can you tell me about your shop?
I sell plants and their byproducts here. Herbology was always my passion, even as a young Hufflepuff at Hogwarts.
I've met some interesting students in Hufflepuff. Hard-working lot, I gather.
We are indeed. Glad to know our reputation still stands strong.
What do you have for sale?
Ah, yes. What can I do for you? Such a pleasure doing business with you. Be sure to visit again. Always brightens my day helping you young ones.
Revelio. Wonder who lives here.
May I have a moment of your time?
Pardon? Were you calling to me?
I was. I'm Marianne Moffat. Pleasure. At the moment, I'm having a great deal of trouble trying to find a particular Diricol.
Ah, yes, the magical bird. Can disappear when it senses danger.
Peculiar things, aren't they? Did you know that muggles call them dodos? Such a funny name. I'm worried about a large albino Diricol known as Gwynaira. She's a local legend, so of course poachers are after her. If I had her, I'd treat her like a queen, and I could use her molted feathers as fashion accessories.
Sounds as if she needs rescuing. I know the perfect place.
The perfect place is with me. Wait until the neighbours see her, not to mention how fashionable I'll be with those beautiful feathers. I can't seem to rescue her, and I'm worried the Diricols don't trust me since I've been hanging about their den.
Why are you fixated on Gwynaira and not rescuing all the Diricols?
Gwynaira is special. She's more attractive to poachers with her lovely plumage. They'll try harder to take her. The other Diricols seem to have managed evading poachers quite well on their own.
Can you tell me what the Diricol den looks like?
It's down by the shore, on a sort of overhanging cliff. You'll recognise it by all of the Diricols lolling about.
I'll keep an eye out for a large white Diricol.
Oh, thank you. Those gorgeous feathers. And she'd be safe. One last thing. She seems to spend her days in hiding. I've only ever seen her at night. I do hope you're able to save her. Be prepared. I sometimes wonder if she actually enjoys the pursuit.
I suppose I should watch for Gwynaira. At night, apparently. Revelio.
Never anything interesting around here.
There's the student from the town!
Arresto momentum.
To release
Imperial. Crucial. Defender. Descender. Petrificus Totalis. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
On my feet, I could.
Revelio. Revelio.
By now, we've all told you before, and look what happens when you don't listen.
Accio. Revelio.
Someone there? Over here!
Accio.
Hello? You will ring.
Glacius. Bombarda. Revelio.
When the war is over, goblins will rule over wizards. Will be eliminated.
This must be the Dirical den that Miss Moffat told me about. Now where is Gwenira? Arresto momentum! Oh, no, you don't. Professor Howard will never believe this. Revelio. Arresto momentum. Got her. Now I need to let Miss Moffat know. Arresto momentum. Everything's all right now. Revelio. Revelio.
You want to leave it at least a week before you go.
Revelio.
Need to let his trail stop smouldering. You can find some good treasures. Yes, you can. I once found a copper pot.
How did I get mixed up in this?
Is that? Oh!
Accio.
Hands out! It's the one who took the goblin out.
Bombarda.
No matter. Takes no. Pay for your
Imperio.
Expulsion.
Confringo. Accio.
Pacificus totalis.
Pacificus totalis. Revelio. I did it. And an Ashwinder, no less.
Stop right there! Rally behind strength and you can't go wrong.
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Oh, hello. Any luck finding...
Miss Moffat, I caught Gwenira.
That's incredible. Was it terribly difficult?
Not too bad, if you know what you're doing.
Don't be so humble about it. Well, may I have her now?
Actually, I think she'll be safer with me.
But it was my idea to rescue her. I'm the one who fell in love with her beautiful plumage. Oh, the cheek. Now what shall I do? Without her feathers, I can't finish any of my fashion designs. You traitorous foul napper. I hope she pecks your eyes out.
Revelio. Revelio.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
What do we have here? A demiguise.
Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio.
I'd like to see an aura try to arrest me.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Revelio. Revelio.
Totalis.
Something.
That's it. Arresto Momentum. Glacius. Bombarda. Defender. Crucial. The beasts. Revelio. Alohomora. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Glacius. I should investigate. Revelio. Depulso. Revelio. Expelliarmus. Arresto Momentum. Expelliarmus. Revelio. Imperio. Flipendo. Descendo. Arresto Momentum. Confringo. Incendio. Glacius. Bombarda. Defendo. Expelliarmus. Depulso. Crucio. Arresto Momentum. Confringo. Incendio. Glacius. Bombarda. Revelio. Revelio.
You've made a mistake. Stop right there. Afraid to take a hit.
Glacier, Bombarda!
You dare slay...
Look what you've done! You bite!
Accio!
Never got a day in your life before you even realized.
Imperial!
I am at your call.
Ringo!
Crucial! What have you done?
Rupendo! Resendo! Arresto Momentum! Confringo!
Ringo!
Accio! Incendio!
You're the one who freed our window.
Expelliarmus!
To me. Now you've gone too
Arresto
far.
Momentum! Imperial! Flipendo! Confringo! Accio!
Joe! Nice!
The beasts are safer now. Revelio.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powders.
Revelio. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Accio. Confringo. Bombarda. Arresto Momentum, Defendo, Depulso, Expelliarmus, Imperio, Accio, Incendio, Confringo, Arresto Momentum, Glacius, Bombarda, Defendo, Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
brother who works at Gringo.
Revelio. Revelio. Incendio. Gringo. Arresto momentum. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. 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 Compulso. That wasn't too hard. Revelio. 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 Arresto momentum. Revelio. Arresto momentum. Revelio. Arresto momentum. I'll look after you. Revelio. Arresto momentum. Revelio. Arresto momentum. No need to be difficult. I mean you no harm. There. I'm not going to hurt you. Revelio. Wonder who lives here.
I do hope he hasn't been kidnapped or eaten.
Hello, madam. Is everything all right?
I'm simply beside myself since Rococo ran away. He's my pet Niffler.
I'm sorry to hear that your pet is missing.
Thank you. I appreciate your words. I mean, I've had him for years. He's lovely company. Whilst on our morning constitutional the other day, south of here, he and I stumbled upon Henrietta's hideaway. They say that Henrietta was a paranoid recluse, filled her castle with all manner of traps to keep thieves from pinching her valuables. As we drew near, the morning sun reflected off something in a window, and before I knew it, Rococo was off. I've been worried sick, but I'm not about to meddle with Merlin knows what's inside that house, or the ashwinders that are lurking about.
Why did Henrietta feel the need to protect her house like she did?
Henrietta was a baroness who married well, more than a few times. Her immense wealth drove her to a life of suspicion and isolation. The more wealth she amassed, the more paranoid she became of losing it. Hence the terrifying traps throughout the hideaway. Not even her family has been willing to deal with them to get to her fortune.
Why don't you just get Rococo back yourself?
Henrietta's hideaway is treacherous enough, but add ashwinders into the picture and, well, I love Rococo, but I love staying alive more.
I'll keep an eye out for Rococo.
Oh, that's terribly kind. But stay away from the hideaway. Far too dangerous. If someone does find him in the hideaway, they shall be well rewarded. Henrietta's treasures are theirs for the taking. She certainly won't mind now.
What do you have for sale?
What's brought you here today?
That hideaway does sound intriguing. Perhaps I should investigate, for Rococo's sake.
Can never have enough stock. That's what I say. Thank you for stopping by.
Revelio. Revelio. A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time. Revelio. This must be the castle where Miss Coffee's Niffler ran on. Ashwinders! I'd better find a way around them. Or perhaps through them.
Protego!
Cruising! Flipendo! Descendo!
Expulso!
Accio! Instantly!
Incendio! Made a great! Incendio! Your
Arresto momentum.
Expulso!
Revelio!
You puppets!
Protego! Reducto!
Accio! Confringo! Revelio! Bombarda! Depulso! Revelio! Likely this astronomy table will be best used when it's dark. Here's one of those tables Professor Shah mentioned. Revelio. I know what that means. Merlin trial.
Aha! I see!
Arresto Memento. Revelio. Certainly looks to be the place. I hope the Ashwinders haven't done anything with Rococo. Where in Merlin's name am I? Glacius! Revelio! Bombarda! Confringo! Accio! Glacius! Confringo! Glacius! Cabolso! Accio! Accio! Revelio!
I raided Brockborough more times than I can count. They're in...
Petrificus Totalis! And certainly looks to be the place.